Thanks, Mark. One of the all-time greats, giving us an all-time finish there in Indianapolis. LeBron James with the game-winning tip-in. It's his 8th career game winner of that variety, including regular season and playoffs. Only Michael Jordan has more in his career. Richard Jefferson,
who has
Kendrick Perkins. Let's take another look at this, because there was really no question once we saw the replay that LeBron James got this off in time. The final couple of seconds, they weren't pretty here for Los Angeles, but they got it done. No timeout, Richard.
Well, that's what you had. Doris said it during the break. It's like, look, when you got two of the best to ever do it, you let them go play. JJ knows that, and it also gives you an opportunity to maybe save a timeout. They came through big when they needed it.
And also, you don't want to give the defense a chance to set up, and I thought it was a great job by Luka of kicking it ahead to LeBron, and now all of a sudden you have a defense that's in rotation. They trying to scramble, see who got who, and would that open up a chance for offensive rebounding?
Luka from the ground putting his hands up in the air because he knew there was a couple of lapses Luka had defensively down the stretch. What's that look for, Richard?
No, none.
Okay, there's a couple of lapses he had defensively down the stretch, even after Rudy hit those back-to-back threes. For him, I'm sure, to see that LeBron James tip and go in, absolutely incredible finish. Snaps a 3-game losing streak here. We do have some news, Perk, out of the second game of our doubleheader here on ESPN. The Celtics facing...
I'm really excited to be here. We got some great games on tip.
All right, can we please just, you know what else? Let's keep it pushing, because you know what else hasn't happened in a week? The Los Angeles Lakers, Richard, have not gotten a win. So the Lakers, they hit a lull. They've gone 3-7 in their last 10 games. That includes this current 3-game losing streak that they're on. And during their streak, their defense has done a complete 180, allowing over 127 points per game. They're most allowed in a 3-game span this season. And part of the problem, transition. The Lakers have allowed 72 fast break points across the 3 games. That's an issue that's even more apparent considering they've scored just 26 fast break points over that same span. The Lakers, they've also struggled coming out of halftime during this losing streak. They've been outscored by 39 points in the third quarter. Here's Luka Doncic when asked who should be speaking up when things aren't going well.
I think me and Bron, I think we should be the guys, to do that, and that's on me. Obviously, I got to do better.
We look tired, and I don't know what contributes to that.
All right, we are energized in studio, but Luka says it's on him. LeBron says that he needs to turn this around as well. JJ Redick says the team is tired. What say you, Kendrick Perkins?
JJ Redick just lied to American people. No championship contender at this point is tired. They're reaching their peak, right? Tell the people what's real. No. Your team, your best player now, and Luka Doncic, is out of shape, right? And here's the thing. We can fix our face, you can moan, we can groan, but I'm going to give you the real. The real is this. Luka Doncic is so horrible defensively. Since he's debuted with the Los Angeles Lakers, he is #1 in the league in blow-bys. And guess what? I actually blame that on American culture. You know why? Because in American culture in basketball, American basketball culture, we praise nothing but offense. We praise nothing but offense. So Luka said, since coming overseas, all I got to go do is go put up buckets. All I got to go do is put up big numbers and stats offensively. I'm going to get the accolades. I'm going to get everything that comes with it. And I don't have to sacrifice and go do the necessary things on the defensive side of things. You played with Hall of Famers. Did J. Kidd play both ends of the floor? Richard? Did J. Kidd play both ends?
Rhetorical question?
It's a question. Did J. Kidd play both ends of the floor at a high level?
Yes, he did, Ken.
Did LeBron James play both ends of the floor at a high level?
Yes, he did.
Did Kyrie Irving play both ends of the floor at a high level?
At times, he did.
Okay, so let's start holding them and calling them a spade a spade.
Okay, I'm going to go a different route. Okay, we're going to go a different route, and I'm going to say this. The one thing that was very impressive about their defense, and it talked a lot about the buy-in that JJ Redick was getting from his team, it was they were playing an effort-level defense. Their defense, they didn't have the Anthony Davis. They didn't have the Rudy Gobert behind them. They didn't have the Evan Mobley. They had a group of individuals that were bought into the scheme, and I've seen multiple coaches talk about how impressive the Lakers scheme was versus Cat, versus Jokic. There were multiple times over the course of this 20 games when they were a really good defensive team that they were focused on the effort level, the buy-in, and the scheme that the Lakers were doing. Right now, when they say tired, that effort level takes a lot, and you can see the dip.
Yeah, the Lakers were locked in when they were top 1 and 2 for those 2 months in defense, and it wasn't because they had defensive stoppers literally everywhere, all defensive players. It was because they bought into those schemes, and it worked well to their benefit on top of producing offensively. Perk, I'm gonna say this, okay? I love you, my big bro. I really do.
So be careful.
But I need you to keep a little bit of a cool booty here.
Why?
Keep a cool booty.
That's a big
because
cool
you
booty.
talked about championship teams not being tired. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics,
They're not tired.
the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Not
Correct.
tired.
But they also spread the wealth when it comes to their success. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and maybe you add in Austin Reeves, they carry a lot of the load. So sometimes it's going to be hard to think about maybe LeBron James at this point coming off of, a little bit of an injury break. You look at their situation like they might be a little tired.
Shanae, no, that's what makes you great. That's what makes you great.
But what I'm saying
that's
is,
what makes you great.
what
I
I'm
played
saying
with
is-
15 Hall of Famers. None of them came out talking about I'm tired. That's what separate the max players, the all-time greats from everybody else.
The players didn't say they were tired. JJ Redick.
And I said there was an excuse for saying that no, tired at this point. Championship teams are hitting their stride. Trust me when I say.
And I guess my point is just that the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum is out, Jaylen Brown's out, Porzingis is out. They still have enough requisite talent to be able to pull off wins. On top of that, like similarly, with the Cleveland Cavaliers, you see that there. But the Lakers, their 2 stars are the number ones when it comes to usage.
Let me say this: 2 things can be true. Luka can improve maybe his conditioning. LeBron is 40 years old, and those are the 2 people that you're looking at to carry and be the main focal points of your team.
The things defensively.
And both of these guys have been in and out of the lineup. Luka when they first got there, LeBron over a stretch. So that's where I think we're seeing the gaps in their defense and their play.
And I think to be fair, Luka's
an
defense has been okay for them. He's good at isolation defense. It's just not so much off the ball. Also, American culture
He's the lead
is
in
from
football.
Slovenia. The second game of our doubleheader features the defending champs, but will it feature Jason Tatum, the latest out of Phoenix, on the status for the Celtics superstar against the Suns?
Hey, Perk.
How you blaming us for
In American
Slovenian
culture, bro.
basketball?
Saw the
How you
crushed
blaming
velvet
us?
standings, fighting, jockeying for positioning. Hello, friends. Richard, stop ordering fixins. We're live on SportsCenter now, and let's talk a little bit more about the Western Conference. You know these friends, Shanae Gumake, Kendrick Perkins. Rich, I'm going to start with you here. The Golden State Warriors, the Clippers, the Wolves, they are all close in the standings, fighting, jockeying for positioning to get out of the play-in tournament. Remember, 7-8, they have to win to get in. You look like Goodwill Hunting trying to...
I'm trying to process.
Who needs to avoid the play-in tournament the most? Is it the Warriors, the Clippers, or the Wolves?
I would say most likely the Clippers, in my opinion. I think the Wolves, you look at their defense and the way they've been playing and really trending over the last probably month and a half. I think Golden State, we can look at the way they're playing currently right now, but when Steph gets back, the way they've, again, Pajimski, them getting right, I put them in a better one-game situation than the Clippers, in my opinion.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting is the strength of schedule. Around 11, 10 games left for most of these teams. The Timberwolves have the easiest strength of schedule remaining in the West. The Warriors have the 7th easiest. So, they have a pathway, but they need Steph. So I actually agree. I think the Clippers, and that doesn't really hurt, per se, the idea that they've been playing really good basketball.
I'm not surprised if you agree with me off the jump.
But maybe Perk will disagree. One team has Steph, the other is well-rounded in the Timberwolves. They're playing better version of basketball. The Clippers are still doing well, but I still think
Stanford cheating off my homework. Look at
first
Stanford
time in the history of mankind, Stanford cheating off Arizona.
I actually agree with the both of them.
Oh,
for different
clean
reasons.
sweep.
The Los Angeles Clippers are my sleeper in the Western Conference.
Okay.
Team for the veterans. You have Zubac, who's a top 10 big in the league. James Harden looking like the system. You have Norman Powell, who should have been an all-star this year.
Facts.
And then you go to Kawhi Leonard, Jordan, looking healthy again. And why do you want to avoid the play-in tournament if you're the Clippers? Because that means Kawhi get more rest. So now all of a sudden you get into the postseason and you have a healthy Kawhi Leonard, and we see how he's been looking of late. He looked like the Kawhi Leonard of old. The Clippers could really get in there and make some noise.
But